Navy against North Carolina.
Yeah, you guys suck.
I laughed at Shep, actually.
The horse is prepared for battle.
All right, guys, we're back. Week 12 recap here for college football. And then we got college basketball, little recap and a preview that will hit also. We're going to do heavy hitters, underdogs. We'll recap some other games too. Then we got the locks only, the war room. We're not going to dive into any rankings because those don't come out till Tuesday, so we'll cover those when we do the preview for Week 13. But we'll just start off. We're just going to get over and done with, right? We're going to do Bama here. Just get it out the gate. They lost, obviously, to Oklahoma here. We'll pull up the box score.
Hey, can we get a moment of silence for this Bama football team? Just for 5 seconds, please.
Just the University of Bama.
Thank you. Yeah, you guys suck.
Yeah, it was a rough game here. Ty Simpson, I thought he played fine. I mean, you're 28 42, 326, touchdown. You threw a pick, and you also had the sack fumble there that can't happen. So I guess he didn't play fine. It was a bad performance, but I don't put it on him because we can't run the ball. And when you get into the second half of the season, you just can't be a one-dimensional team and expect to win these games. You average 2.4 yards a carry altogether as a team running the ball. It's not going to work out. You're playing at home and you lose a turnover battle. You got 3 turnovers. That can't happen. You're never going to win a football game if you have that. You outgained them 406 yards to their 212. You beat them in time of possession. You beat them in the penalty battle. You were better on 3rd down. You were better on 4th down. You did everything you needed to do to win the game, but you turned the ball over 3 times. And Oklahoma, you got to give the credit to them. Bama didn't lose this game. Oklahoma, they straight up won it. They went into Bryant-Denny Stadium and won the game. They forced those turnovers. Brent Venables, he's a complete mad scientist when it comes to defensive schemes, what he runs on the front, giving you different looks, pre-snap and then post-snap. He got the best of Kalen DeBoer there this game. Season's not over for Bama. I wouldn't say that at all. They got to win next week, and then they got to end the season on a win in Jordan-Hare Stadium, which is never ideal. It's not fun to do. But Oklahoma here, I mean, they weren't like they were flashy. I thought the Alabama defense played very well this game. You held Mateer to 138 yards. They only ran the ball for 74 yards, and they only had 2.6 yards a carry there. They really didn't do anything in the receiving department. But Oklahoma, they play 3 phases of the game. They have the best kicker in the country, and I mentioned that in the preview. Tate Sendell, he went 3 for 3 with a long of 52. All Mateer needed to do was just take care of the football in this game and get the team into scoring position for Tate Sendell, and that's exactly what they did. And you win 23-21. The only positive thing I can say for Bama is you turn the ball over 3 times, and you only lost by 2 points. Okay, so it's not a complete failure here. There's definitely some positive stuff to take from this game. But moving forward, you just got to do better. Shep, you want to add anything?
I know you're going through a hard time over there. That's a back-to-back years, right? The Oklahoma Sooners beat you guys, correct?
Yep, that is.
It's back-to-back years. All right.
That is back-to-back years.
If Luke Lytle was the head coach of that football team yesterday, what would you have done differently? Hope you guys win that game.
Like scheme-wise and X's and O's-wise, obviously I would try to develop a better run game, but you can't find that with how it is right now. You turn the ball over 3 times, there's nothing you can do. That's an execution thing, player execution, not a coaching problem there. Like I said, I mean, they outgained them, had better time possession, won the penalty battle. I think the coaches had the good game plan ready, especially the defensive side of it. Kane Wilmack, he had a great game. You lose a turnover battle, you're not going to win a game. It's easy as that.
What's the playoff?
But I guess we'll go on here too. So it's really weird with the SEC right now because that's only Bama's first loss for conference play. So, and Georgia's got 1 loss conference play. Ole Miss has 1 loss conference play. Texas is going to be out of the picture now.
Yeah.
So it's really, and you got Texas A&M who they'll be in the championship game unless they have a complete collapse. But Bama's got the head-to-head over Georgia. Georgia's got the head-to-head over Ole Miss. Texas has the head-to-head over Oklahoma. Oklahoma now has the head-to-head over Alabama. It's a lot of weird stuff. You
Spicy in
definitely
the
got to wait
SEC.
and
I
see
like
what
it.
happens at the end of the year. Yeah, it is complete chaos right now too in there. But we'll move on to Notre Dame at Pitt. Pretty boring game here, to be honest. Watching it, I think everybody knew what was going to happen. I said it in the preview. Just snap the ball and hand it off to Jeremiah Love, and that's exactly what they did. And oh boy, it was something else. He had 23 carries for 147 yards. He averaged 6.4 yards a carry. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And he had a touchdown there too. Pitt really they never had a chance at all. The Notre Dame defense did a great job. They got a pick six on that true freshman quarterback there from Pitt. It was an all-around dominant win. I really thought for Notre Dame. They looked good. I didn't really see any concerns at all. Pitt moving forward, I think they're going to lose. They've got a pretty rough schedule here moving forward. They still got to play Georgia Tech and Miami, and after what they looked like against Notre Dame, I think they're going to lose out the rest of the year. Would be my guess, but you never know, of course. Shep, you want anything to add on this game?
No, it was an awful game to watch. Shout out to Notre Dame wide receiver though for that one-hand snack. That was gross. Forget his name.
Yep, he did. Yeah, I mean, they went 0-13 on third down. That's
Yeah, you'll lose every game like that.
Horrifying there. What else do we have? We'll do Iowa at USC, the rain game here. USC, actually, they threw the ball. They threw the ball, and it worked out for them. Worked out for them pretty good, actually. And I thought Iowa played a really good game. The running back for Iowa, Moulton, he had 15 carries, 90 yards. Himself, he averaged 6 yards a carry. That's really good. But USC and Lincoln Riley, they got it done. They threw the ball 32 times. Jaden Mayava, he went 23, 32 there, 254 in the air, and a touchdown. And then the really underrated running back for them, King Miller, 19 carries, 83 yards. And then the backup, Brian Jackson, he had 2 touchdowns on the ground there. Mekhi Lemon, he's one of the best players in the country. I think he's the best wide receiver in the country. I know you got Jeremiah Smith in Columbus, which is fair and all, but Mekhi Lemon here, 10 catches, 153 yards, and a touchdown. He averaged 15 yards a catch. Now that's crazy. That's insane to do. Absolutely insane. But Iowa, their season's done here. You're 6-4 now, 4-3 in the Big Ten. You'll make a good bowl game though. You'll probably win it. But USC, they've got a lot of momentum moving forward here, and they very well could find themselves with a chance here to get in the playoffs. I know they got Oregon coming up soon here. We'll see what happens. That'll be a great game actually. That'll be really fun. But Shep, you want anything to add on this one?
Yeah, shout out to Iowa for actually scoring the ball. They did not look like Iowa team. In the rain too.
Yeah.
I was expecting that to be 15-16 just like Oregon. But
Yeah.
shout out to Iowa, man.
That's crazy. Couldn't believe it actually. But we'll move on to our part 2 of game of the week here. Texas at UGA. It was a bloodbath here. Absolute bloodbath here. You got Georgia 35, Texas 10. I picked Texas to win this game too, and it was awful. I don't know why I thought Sarkisian was gonna outcoach Kirby Smart. It wasn't even close. This was horrible. Gunnar
Who said that
Stockton.
on Sunday? Who said that
All
on
right,
Sunday?
relax. Yes, I know.
Shout
I
out,
know.
Shep.
Gunnar Stockton. I mentioned it before. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, and I think this game kind of even gives him some talking to the Heisman. He was 24, 29, 229 in the air, 4 touchdowns to 1 pick. Georgia ran the ball well. They had 128 total yards on the ground. All around dominant game for Georgia on all fronts. That defense finally looked like a Georgia defense. They were everywhere, flying all over the field. And Zachariah Branch, he was the transfer from USC this offseason. He's one of the fastest guys in the country. They just give him the ball, and he just outruns everybody. London Humphreys had 2 catches, 55 yards for 27 yards per catch. So that's actually really impressive there. But good game for Georgia here. Texas, you got end of the year there. You got Texas A&M at home. You got a chance there. if they win that game, I think there'll be a conversation for a 9-3 Texas to get in the playoffs. I don't think it's happening, but I wouldn't be surprised with how bad some of these Big 12 teams look and how horrific the ACC conference looks too. So like I wouldn't be surprised, and I would pick Texas over a lot of the Big 12 teams and a lot of the ACC teams regardless. But it could happen. You could have a 9-3 Texas in, and everybody would absolutely lose their minds over that. I thought Arch, for the most part, I thought he played a solid game here. I know he had that pick that he overthrew there on pretty sure it was a glance or a dig. Uh, that was the only bad part of it. I thought he played fine. I mean, the offensive line, they actually did kind of held up. Georgia only had 3 sacks, but you averaged 1.4 yards on the ground, and that's one of the worst that I've seen. That's in a while, and that's saying something because I watch Alabama every week. You got to be able to run the ball
Wow.
regardless. I don't care if you're home or away. You got to be able to do it, and they weren't even close to it at all. Weren't even close. Let's see, who does Texas have next week? They got Arkansas at home. You know that could
It's a
be a
scary
sneaky
game.
game. That could be a sneaky game because Taylon Green, the quarterback for Arkansas, he's very good. He's very good. We'll see what happens with that. Georgia, they just have, I think they got a cupcake next week, and then they got to finish the year off with Georgia Tech, which they should win. They should beat them. But Georgia, I would say Georgia's pretty much a lock for the playoffs, and they might be a lock. It might be Texas A&M and Georgia in the SEC championship. Which, if Georgia loses that, I don't think they should be punished for that. I don't think the team that loses their conference championship should be punished. I don't think that'll happen because you look at last year with SMU losing their conference championship to Clemson. SMU still got in the playoffs, so I don't think the committee will bounce a team out. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised. The committee's actually, they're in a weird spot because the head of it, he's the AD for Baylor. He actually stepped down from his responsibilities of being an athletic director at Baylor and for the playoff committee. So I don't know
Okay.
who's taken over. All I do know is that the playoff committee as a whole is very questionable with a lot of their stuff. I really don't think that they actually sit down and watch these games. I think they get on ESPN Sunday and they do what we're doing right now, just looking at who won. But I think we do a better job of talking about it. But
Yes, we do.
we sure
Hey,
do.
what do you think about Arch Manning's ordeal? What do you think about Arch? Think he stays another
I,
year?
oh
Transfer?
yeah, I think he's definitely going to stay. There's no reason for him to leave. I think it was really unfair what the media did and everybody did coming into this year, like the expectations they put on him.
Mm.
He doesn't have any game experience. He didn't play a lot of competitive teams in high school. He's got all the intangibles and all the physical skills to be a quarterback, and I think he's shown good flashes this year. He's just had an awful offensive line behind him, so I think he's got a bright future still. It just takes time. He's a young guy.
Yeah.
You need experience, and he'll get it. There's no reason for him to leave. I don't think that Manning family would let him leave, regardless. But I think
Not even Ole Miss? We'll transfer to Ole Miss? That'd be crazy.
that'd be crazy. I don't think that'll happen though. Arch wants to be at
Yeah, I
Texas,
think he's a Texas
and
guy.
I think especially after how this year has gone so far, I think it's gonna start a fire underneath of him to be better next year, and I'm sure he will be. So, anything else you want to add on this before we
No,
just
just
dive?
Georgia just looked like a legit team. Georgia just looked like
Yep,
Georgia.
yep. They're one of those teams that they just get stronger and stronger as the year goes,
Yeah.
and it's kind of what the opposite of what Bama actually looks like. Bama has always started the
Yeah,
year
bro.
off really hot, and as this year goes on, they start to get worse and worse. But we'll see what
All right,
happens with
TV
everybody.
timeout.
TV timeout. All right, we're back. We'll just go over the underdogs and the rest of the games here. So TCU at BYU. I know we kind of thought this was going to be a game. It wasn't even close. BYU, great bounce back game for them. They took care of business. We'll get the box score here. We have it. I actually didn't really get a chance to watch that much of this game, but looking at the box score, Bear Backemeyer, the quarterback for BYU, he threw for sub 300 there, Got a touchdown. He was 23 of 33. That's great. BYU, they ran the ball too, 51 yards, 151 yards altogether. You got LJ Martin leading the pack there with 21 carries of 88 yards. They finished this game with 3 rushing touchdowns. That's always good. Everything looks solid from the box score for BYU. I actually think TCU is a pretty solid team. So this is an impressive win, I think, for BYU. You were at home regardless. This was a 10 o'clock game. Dominated the time of possession. You were solid on third down. And that BYU defense, this is 2 weeks now where they looked really strong. They held TCU to 1 for 10 from money down there. 5 penalties for TCU too. Can't have that. This was a very solid game for BYU. I think BYU's got what? They got Cincinnati. That's at Cincinnati, and then they finish the year with UCF. This is probably going to be a rematch for the Big 12 championship of BYU and Texas Tech. I think it's definitely heading that way, so I wouldn't be surprised there. TCU, on the other hand, here, I think it's unfair to go on the road and then have a 10 o'clock kickoff time. I think that just sucks. I think that shouldn't be a thing. So I get it on their side if how pissed they are about that, but regardless, you got to show up and win a game, and they didn't do that. Josh Hoover, 2 picks, can't have it. They didn't run the ball all that well. They had 115 yards altogether, but they only had 3.4 yards as a team on average. This is it's an unfortunate side of it of playing a late game here. Just got off to a slow start for them. You can't recover from it, so I get it. Shep, you got anything to add on it?
I think 10 o'clock games should be banned because I could never
I
stay up
would
to watch the 10
second
o'clock
that.
games.
I would second that.
Yeah, especially on
100%.
Saturday. Got to make them earlier.
Yeah. Yep, they should. We'll move on to Virginia at Duke. Duke was actually favored in this game. I think it was, 3.5 or
4.
something like
I
that.
believe it was 4.
4.5? Wow.
I think it was just 4 flat.
4.5.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, 4 flat. The final score here was Virginia 34, Duke 17. This is a statement game for Virginia here. A lot of people were doubting them after last week, and they came out here and they played good ball, and they turned the ball over twice. Twice. Turned the ball over twice. They had 2 picks from Chandler Morris, and you still find a way to have a pretty dominant win here. How many times did Duke turn the ball over here? Duke only turned the ball over once. Wow, that's interesting. But we'll get back to the box score here. Had a dominant game here on the ground for Virginia. 224 yards rushing. Jamari Taylor, the running back there, he led the pack here. 18 carries for 133 yards. And per carry there, 7.4 yards. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground. That's a dominant performance for him. Dominant performance. You're pretty much, if you have a stat line like that, you're going to win the football game, I would think. Terrell Harris, 8 catches for 161 yards and a touchdown. Another dominant performance for them. This was a great game for Virginia. They had 8 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 8 pass deflections. Just absolutely shut Duke down here. Duke never could get momentum at all. I really want to know what Vegas was thinking here. I really want to know because that's crazy that was the spread there.
Duke's been a
Wow.
favorite in a lot of games,
Shep,
which is
anything?
kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know why Duke's always favored it. I think the past 3 games against high level opponents. Weren't they ranked or up
Yeah.
against Notre Dame when they played?
I don't think so. I wouldn't imagine so. I wouldn't
I thought
imagine.
they agreed.
I don't know, dude. Vegas is weird now. After all that betting scandal went out about the NBA, you got the mafia involved and stuff. I bet that stuff runs all the way down to college football too. So I'm sure there's some
MLB
weird stuff
too,
going on.
the Indians pitcher also had some stuff like that. It's crazy.
Yeah,
That
I
one was
saw that.
crazy. Yeah, they added
I
a
saw
limit
that.
where you can't. I don't think you can bet on strikeouts anymore.
No,
Or I
really?
think no, I think there's a limit on strikeouts you can bet, so you can't put like 100 grand on strikeouts. I think it's only a
Yeah.
limit, which is wild. You can do that,
Yeah.
but
Interesting stuff. But we'll move off to USF at Navy. Got this one wrong again. I laughed at Shep actually. I laughed at Shep when he said that he was taking Navy here, and this was a hard one to watch for me. hard one to watch. I had to put my phone on mute in case any phone calls were coming my way because it would have been deserving. Would have been deserving. The quarterback for Navy, Blake Horvath, he played, and he had an outstanding game. He actually threw the ball. They had 186 passing yards, which is wild. And when they threw the ball, it was explosive plays for him. They were downfield. He had a touchdown pass. They ran the ball for 338 yards. The running back there, well, there's multiple running backs, but so we'll just say one of the backs there, Alex Tech has 12 carries for 126 yards and a touchdown. And then Braxton Woodston there, 9 carries for 103 yards and 2 touchdowns. Horvath added 60 yards off 21 carries. I don't know. I can't believe this happened. I cannot believe it. USF, they were in a perfect spot to just coast into the playoffs, and they slip up this game against Navy, and that is awful. Absolutely awful on their end. It might be because Alex Golish is getting job offers left and right, which I bet he is, and maybe he's not locked in. But holy cow, this was – and USF, they almost came back. They were down by a good amount here at one point in the first half. They almost came back, but, the deficit, it was just too much to overcome. Byron Brown, he played a solid game. They ran the ball fine. They had 200 yards rushing. This just came down to, I'm pretty sure, turnovers, which we'll double check, but I think USF had 2. They did have 2. Navy only had 1. That's always going to be the theme of it. I mean, when you lose a turnover battle, you're not supposed to win the game. It's rare to win the game, and they even lost the Navy lost the penalty battle too. They had 7 penalties. They were 5 of 14 on third down. USF was 5 of 12 on third down. They both split on fourth down. It was just they had 5. This was an insane game actually. 524 yards for Navy, 556 yards for USF. That's wild.
Damn.
I would not
see.
You don't expect Navy to put up 41 points. You never. If Navy's put up 41 points, they're winning the game. I would think because that's absolutely insane.
It's awesome.
Absolutely insane. They all 3 phases.
Shout out the forces, man. Shout out the forces.
Shout out the troops. All 3 phases of the game. I mean, their kicker went 2 of 2 on field goals, 5 of 5 extra points. The punter put 2 of them inside the 20. 0 touchbacks. It's nice when you control 3 phases of the game. You're going to win the football game. That's all for that. Utah at Baylor. Yeah, I don't know why I should have put UC and Arizona in the underdog game. I don't know why I put Utah and Baylor. This was never going to be close. Really never was. It's 55-28. Utah just controlled the game. We said it in the preview. If they ran the ball, they were going to win the game. They ran the ball for 380 yards. Wayshawn Parker, 15 carries, 129 yards. And then Ficklin, 6 carries for 166 yards. And he carried the ball 6 times. He averaged 27 yards a carry. And he had 2 touchdowns. Utah had 5 rushing touchdowns. Unbelievable. Baylor continues to do Baylor stuff. They turn the ball over. It's bad stuff for Baylor. Bad stuff. Not good enough at all. Yeah, nothing impressive about this one. Well, Shep, you need anything to add on this game, or are we?
I'm good. That was not a good game.
You're good? Okay. Well, we'll go over some other good games here. Let's just get South Carolina and Texas A&M out of the way here. This was looking like it was going to be the upset of the week. It was 30-3 at halftime. Texas A&M had 3 first-half turnovers. It quite literally, everything that could have went wrong for Texas A&M literally went wrong in that first half. Picks, fumbles, dropped passes, missed assignments. It was so ugly, and I don't know what happened at halftime. Mike Elko, the head coach for Texas A&M, who just got an extension, which is well deserved. So congrats to him. That halftime speech, I hope it got filmed, and I hope that gets released to the public.
Can't wait to see that.
I hope it gets released to the public because they were just lightning in a bottle in the second half. And Marcel Reed, everybody was, saying, "Oh, this is the end of his Heisman," and all that. No, not even close. If anything, this jumps him up in first for me. I think he's first. I mean, 439 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, the 2 picks. They only had 64 rushing yards, but the decision making in the second half for Marcel Reed, he looked just something happened at halftime. I don't know what happened. Something happened at halftime because he looked like a completely different player. KC Concepcion, 7 catches for 158 yards. Mario Craver, who he might have, I don't know if he went out with an injury or not. I can't remember. But he only finished the game with 1 catch for 6 yards. He had multiple drops. It was a rough game for him. But it's next man up for Texas A&M. I mean, Bethel Roman, he had 4 catches for 139 yards and a touchdown. Texas A&M, like I said, I really think you can make an argument for them to be first in the country. And I know people are going to say, oh, well, South Carolina, they're 3-7, 1-7 in the SEC. They suck. Go watch South Carolina. Watch their quarterback, Lenore Sellers. Watch their wide receiver, Nick Harbor. And on defense, go ahead, while you're there, all right, take a look at Dylan Stewart. I promise you, those 3 guys are the best athletes on the field against anybody.
Sellers
I
is a
promise you.
freak.
Freak of nature. Nick Harbor,
Freak.
he's a track star. And then Dylan Stewart's going to be a lottery pick in the NFL eventually here. And they did what South Carolina does. I mean, they choked the game. And I really thought they were going to win at some point, but they didn't score a point in the second half. And see, this is that one rare game where the turnover battle was in favor for South Carolina. Texas A&M had 4 turnovers. South Carolina had 1, and Texas A&M won the game.
Crazy.
That's not supposed to happen. Not supposed to happen at all. They were 2-11 on money down too. Absolutely insane. What a win! There's just nothing you can say.
Great
but
one.
what an outstanding win. That's a big when you watch a game like that and you see what Texas A&M does. That's all culture right there. Mike Elko, this is year 2, and the culture that he's built at Texas A&M, it's off the charts. Those guys didn't blink an eye. The body language, even when everything was going wrong on the sidelines for Texas A&M, it was still solid. What a culture win for Texas A&M. They're a dominant team. They are terrifying right now. I would hate to play Texas A&M right now if I was anybody. But other games other than that, Shep, do you want to add anything to
I
say?
love that game. It was a fantastic game to watch.
That
I
was
mean,
a noon game
it was,
too.
it was a
What a
yeah,
way to start the day off.
it was a great
That was
game.
awesome.
We're
That
texting
was
each other
awesome.
at halftime. We're like, I don't know, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out A&M's QB, man. I think it was 300
Yeah.
plus yards in the second half. He's
Yeah.
legit.
Oh yeah, he's legit. Absolutely legit. But we'll move on. Let's get Clemson and Louisville. This happened Friday. Shep had Louisville -2.5. Clemson won 20-19. Oof, that is unfortunate.
They knew I bet on him. It's all right.
Yep. Um, other than that, I mean, there's nothing really. Well, I guess this puts Louisville out.
Yeah.
You would think this will put Louisville out, but I'll tell you what, with what we've seen from the ACC, I would
Flip a coin.
just start tapping on the brakes a little bit. Just start tapping on the brakes about this because you never know what could happen with the ACC. You never know. But it's looking like they're going to be out, but just be cautious about it because they could sneak back in there. They really could. Good win for Dabo. I mean, I don't know how much time Dabo has left at Clemson. We'll see, but good win for him. Clemson is now 5-5 and Louisville 7-3, and Clemson was supposed to absolutely run the entire conference this year, and not even close to that. Not even close. Some other games you got. Texas Tech took care of business against UCF there, 48-9. Ole Miss survives an early comeback from Florida there, 34-24. They took care of business. That's a solid win for them. Florida's got a good roster. Florida can sneak around there. Florida's kind of like I don't think they're as good as South Carolina, but they're kind of in that same department where they can. They're definitely a team that can upset you, even if they're playing away. You got Miami. Miami took care of business against NC State 41-7. Georgia Tech survives 1-10 Boston College with a 2-point win there, 36-34. And then you also got Michigan here. Michigan almost lost to Northwestern, 24-22. I think the second half there, Bryce Underwood, I think he had 2 turnovers, 2 or 3. He was playing a good game leading up to that. Our Michigan expert, Chad Tracy, he mentioned that the running back, Jordan Marshall, he got hurt. So keep an eye out for that. I think he'll be fine. I think it was just maybe a stinger or something. But if he's out, that's big trouble for them because Justice Haynes, who's the other lead of that backfield, came out that he's out for the year also. So they're going to need Marshall for the rest of the year because Michigan's got a spot they got a spot in the playoffs if they beat Ohio State easily. They'll be in the playoffs. But other than that, you got Tennessee that they move on. They're 7-3 now. And then Arizona and Cincinnati here. We'll chat a little bit about this game. 30-24 is the final score. we got we got to just chat about it for a little bit here. 30-24. It's kind of been the case the whole year for UC and the defense there. They can't get any stops. And Satterfield, I thought he was on point saying that they're having issues beating man coverage. That's happened twice now. It happened at Utah, and now it's happened against Arizona. The quarterback for Arizona, Fafita, 294 yards there, touchdown. Arizona ran the ball for 181 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. This was a good win for Arizona. It really was. Good win. It looked like UC had a pretty good chance there, but it just, once again, I mean, I'm pretty sure the first play of the game was an interception.
It was an interception.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, 2 turnovers to Arizona's 0 turnovers. It just can't happen. You're also at home and you lose the penalty battle. Can't have that. You went 3-12 on money down. Can't have that. It's unfortunate. I think, let's see, Arizona's 4-3 in the Big 12. UC's 5-2 now. UC's only chance is you've got to beat BYU and you've got to hope some other people lose around the country, not just in the Big 12, around the country if you're still wanting to make the playoffs, which I've seen crazier stuff happen. So there's always a possibility of that. But UC, they still got TCU after BYU, and I think TCU's a solid squad too, and that's at their place. So I don't know. If I were to guess, I think they lose out on the year there because those are 2 tough games, unfortunately. But College Game Day got announced that they'll be at the UC BYU game. That'll be fun. That'll be a good one to go to. You also got Ohio State beating UCLA 48-10, and then Indiana taking care of Wisconsin there. Shep, anything you want to add before we recap the locks only and War Room?
BYU money line next week. Let's go Cougs. Let's go Cougs.
That'd be a good time to pick UC money line. Actually, that's nip at night. Nip at night.
Nip at night. It's true. It's nip at night.
Well, we'll recap locks only. Pretty rough one again this week. We had Virginia money line that didn't hit. Baylor plus 7.5 that didn't hit. Arkansas hit though. If you had it at straight up 6, or if you moved it plus 7.5, that hit. Shep, did you have any locks only on your end that those hit at all?
No, I don't think any of my locks did.
None. Well, good news though. You beat me in the War Room this week again for football. Memphis money line for me, no bueno, that did not hit, and then UAB plus 17.5, that did not hit, and then Shep just blindly takes UGA minus 6.5 and BYU minus 3.5.
I told you. I gave you the stats on the Texas game. 11-3 coming into this game. SEC play, 2 losses to Georgia. Why not take Georgia? Come on, Luke. Just stats. It's just stats. Don't be mad.
Fair enough. It's 3-0 in the War Room now. 3-0 in the War Room. So good for Shep, I guess. Good for Shep. We still got time to come back though. We'll be all right.
Loser has to eat the world's hottest chip.
That's all we got.
I forgot to tell you guys that.
Oh, you also forgot to tell me that too. Wow, that's gonna suck.
Yep.
We'll see. I guess
we'll do it live too.
But that's We're doing it live. Geesh. Okay. That's going to be fun. That's all we got for football here. Shep, just take basketball away here. Just get over and
It's
done
my
with.
time. My time. Look, I'll get your. I know you've been going through it this week. I'm gonna kind of rub it
Yeah.
in a little bit. 87. All right, we're going to go over your good old Bama game this week.
This will be fun. Okay. Initial thoughts for this. Yeah, 28 rebounds to their 52. You're going against pretty veteran squad there in Purdue. This was a great one for Purdue, but this is also, I think, it's a great loss for Alabama to play a team like this. Braden Smith, he's been there for
Legit.
20 years now. He's an absolute wizard with the ball. So great game for him. 29 points. Him running the high pick and roll or any pick and roll, it's a nightmare scenario. It's you can't guard him. You can't guard that guy. I don't know how you're supposed to guard him. Purdue, Matt Painter. I think this is 3 years in a row now that we've lost to Purdue. Maybe we've won one of the games. I can't remember, but Matt Painter, he just knows how to beat us. And that what Purdue does a really good job doing is rebounding the ball, but they're rebounding guards. I mean, Braden Smith, who is like 5'10" or 5'11", he had 7 rebounds. 7 rebounds. Alabama's guards, they've got to do a better job at rebounding the ball, and I think that's one of the problems they're going to run into. And it's been a problem, and always happens is when you want to play that run and gun style of basketball, which I'm fine with and I love about Nate Oates' system. When you go up against a team like Purdue with a bunch of veteran guys who rebound the ball on defense and on offense, they crash the boards. If your front court of your bigs don't dominate the glass, you're probably going to lose the game because your guards aren't down there to rebound the ball. They're getting ready to get out on the fast break, and they're definitely not boxing out. If you watch the game, none of them were boxing out. It was ugly. It was an ugly game for Bama, but I'll say this: 87-80. It's like that because of the free throws at the end of the game. There, I would get. What would you say? This was probably more like a 2-point loss, maybe 4-point loss, maybe something along the lines of
I'll
that.
go with that. I'll go with that.
Okay, we'll be generous on my end.
We'll be generous.
You almost won the game still for Bama, and you only got 28 rebounds, and you couldn't guard them at all. You almost won the game. So I think that's a positive outlook of it. You shot the ball well. I mean, they got 16 threes out of it. Phylon had a pretty rough game on his end. He was 5 of 14. I think they'll be fine moving forward. It's an early season loss to a team that's going to be in the bracket there. So
All right, I'll take over
that's all
now
I got, Shep.
because I mean, Purdue looked good. They look like the best team in the country. They stopped you guys from what you're doing. You guys actually shot terribly. So you guys were 16 for 44 with 3-pointers. That's why you
We're
guys
always
lost the
doing
game.
that.
That's
We
why you
always do
guys
that.
lost the game.
We always shoot that many 3-pointers. We always
16
do
for
that.
44 is an awful percentage. That's just a bad game. Purdue just not that they got
We
lucky to play
almost
great defense, but
we still
yeah, you
almost won
guys
the game
shot
though.
16 for 44 and you guys still almost won the game. So, like you said, this is a good loss for Bama early in the season. It showed them what they needed to do to win. Shout out Braden Smith, 29 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He's proven why he's the best guard in the country, even though he's been there for 18 years, like you said. Not a big
We
supporter of
just
that.
got they were way more physical than us. They were
Yeah,
way more physical
Trey
than us.
Kaufman had 15 rebounds against you guys.
Dude, that guy, oh my gosh, he's a caveman. He's
Yeah,
literally a caveman.
he had
He's a
19 points,
transfer
15
too.
rebounds. Yeah, he's a dog. Love it.
And then the no, I'm thinking of the Oscar Clough dude. That guy's a caveman.
Clough's a legit caveman.
Dude, that dude is literally there just to punch people and get rebounds. He didn't punch anybody, but he's a physical basketball player. You get all credit to Purdue. All credit Purdue. They had a great game. They all played great. Fletcher Loyal, that guy, he's another guy that's been there for 30 years. I'm so tired of seeing Fletcher Loyal on a basketball court. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a big fan of Purdue, but shout him out. Shout out Brandon Smith. I mean, it was 80-80 with a minute 42 left. He was the senior guard. He did what he was supposed to do to win the game. Got to the free throw line, hit 2 free throws. It's pretty much the game-changing moment. And then there's 21 league changes also. So it was a good game. It was fun to watch.
See, like
I wish
I
it was
respect
a little more.
Braden Smith. I respect Braden Smith, But
Yeah,
Fletcher Loyal, he's the guy that doesn't do anything on the group project, and they
that's
get an A
true.
plus. That is him. He offers nothing, in my opinion. Offers
I,
nothing.
it's
But good win.
mild take. It's a mild take. I'm not
Good win.
totally disagreeing. But yeah, it was first game one, and then second game we're talking about is Arizona Wildcats versus the Bruins. 69-65. Arizona ended up winning this game. Great game, great matchup out too. Key stats in this one. Shout out Anthony Del Orzo. I think that's how you say his name. Off the bench, had 20 points for Arizona. He was the game-changing factor. I didn't even know this dude before he got in the game, but he proved his worth in the squad. So, Jaden Bradley also had 15 points, had 11 in the final 5 minutes, kind of brought them to the lead and held off the Bruins himself in the final minutes. But Arizona dominated the paint, 38 from 20, won the rebound battle, 35-28, and then second chance points were for Arizona, 12 for 4. So,
They
UCLA
did.
at UCLA, it's a tough game. It's a good game. Yes, sir.
They won that game, and Pate had a horrible game. The outstanding
Yeah,
freshman had a tough
that's it.
game, and they won the game.
Yeah,
So good for them.
Arizona's a good squad. I like it. That was a good game by both of them. Shout out
Hey, you
Tyler
picked
Bildo. What?
you picked UCLA, right?
Yeah, I did. I did pick UCLA. I have been terrible with my picks,
Gotcha. Okay.
but
We're
we're not
kind of
talking
we're
about
kind of
that right
flip
now.
flop. We're kind of flip flop. You're beating me in football, and I'm beating you in basketball with
I
all the
know.
picks. It's
I
weird.
just switched labels. But yeah, the reason UCLA lost this, I think Donovan didn't have one of his best games. Still had 9 assists. Was the floor general out there. Tyler Bildo was the leading scorer for the Bruins, 19 points, 7 to 10 shooting. When your main guy has a game where he's off for points, dude averages 20. You lose by what, 4? It's kind of the tail of the game right there. I mean, there was
Yeah.
10 lead changes and three ties throughout the game. And then Arizona had 11-2 run at the end of the game. Kind of just sealed them off. Arizona with more composure at the end. So it was a rough game for UCLA, but good one to get off early. I think they learned from this. Still think they're going to battle when it comes March, like they always do. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah. Good one. Good one for Arizona. I mean,
Yeah,
I knew it was going to happen. Like I picked them, so I knew this was going to happen. So
knew it.
I'm up. That's all I got to say is I'm up.
I'm off.
I'm up.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's...
Any other games?
Yeah, we got UConn versus BYU, which was a great game. Great game to watch. 86-84. UConn ended up winning this game. Obviously, you got to talk about AJ. Kid's legit. 25 points, and 21 of them came in the second half. The kid is legit. I love watching him. If he plays like that the rest of the year, BYU will be one of the best teams in the country. So shout out Rob White too, 16 points. Richie Sanders had 17 points, but UConn showed why they're UConn. They got a lot of transfers come in. They just looked better. They took momentum down at the end of the half. 20 seconds left. Nearly let it slip, but BYU had 13-2 run late with Debets going crazy. UConn just held them off. So their leading scorer was Silas Demare, 21 points, 5 rebounds, did play pretty well. Then Alex Caravan, he's also like an eighth-year senior for them, at 21 points, best
Yeah.
shooter out before.
Yeah, dude, he's been there forever.
Yeah, it's a great game. UConn had 21 assists, 30 made field goals. BYU struggled with only 7 assists on 29 baskets. So takeaways, UConn's just clutch. UConn just had the clutch factor. So
Yeah, I mean, it must be nice having a dude that's just going to be the undisputed number one pick next year, come in as a freshman and just be a man amongst boys. That dude is, it's not fair. It's not fair at all. But
yeah, I mean,
must be
yeah, he's
nice.
proven why he's number one right now. He's got to be.
He's worth all of the $1 million that they're
7
paying him
mil.
at
Worth
BYU.
7 mil. Crazy.
That's insane. Must be nice.
I know. I wish I could get some of that. But yeah, fourth game we're talking about is the Houston Cougars versus the Auburn Tigers. We actually just got done watching that before the podcast. It's a great game.
Yeah.
My notes I have on it were before the game happened, so I'll read a couple of those and then we'll talk about what actually happened. You mean Houston's
Yeah.
strengths, obviously letting up 50 points per game, best defensive team in the country. Emmanuel Sharp and Kingston Fleming's one of the best backcourts, and then they just physically out-rebound every team they play. Those are my key things. And then Auburn was averaging 94 points before coming into this game. Their backcourt with Keyshawn Hall and Taha Pettiford. I mean, they look like one of the best guards in the country as well. They average 48 rebounds per game. I'm pretty sure Houston was maybe around that 50 mark. So it's two physically dominant teams that we watched. And then after watching the game, Auburn had a really good chance. I feel like if Keyshawn Hall didn't get injured right there, I think they might have pulled that off because they were looking for late score buckets. Tahad took 3 pretty tough shots. But also Kingston Fleming's great freshman guard, was selling it for them at the end of the game. Pretty sure he had no turnovers going in the second half and had 4.
Houston was doing everything possible to lose that game there.
Yeah, they really were.
Some boneheaded decisions going on.
Yeah, Samson's going to have a talk with them.
Can I shout out a team real quick?
Yeah, shout out
a team?
Go ahead.
We'd like to shout out Xavier. Xavier going up against Iowa there. Iowa put up 81 points. Xavier put up 62. Xavier is now 2-2, and Xavier will most likely not even win 10 games this year. That's all I wanted to shout out.
That actually just made my day. I'm not going to lie. That really made my day.
Also, Michigan, they almost lost to TCU there, 67 to 63.
True. That was a close game.
And I think
Michigan's been battling this year. They've had some tests. Wake Forest,
they have
TCU. A win's a win in basketball.
Arkansas almost lost to Samford. That was 79
one of those
75.
Teams.
Oh, are they?
One of those teams. When it comes March time, Samford's scary 16 seed.
And then Gonzaga kind of had a close one against Arizona State. Only had a 10-point win there. I feel like that should probably be a dominant win for Gonzaga. I feel like Arizona State.
It's hard to play. It's hard to play at Arizona State.
Oh, okay.
For any team, I
gotcha.
Fork up. How do they do it?
Fork up. I don't even know if that's what they say.
It is. They got the little spears.
Oh, really? I don't think they say fork up. That'd be crazy.
Look it up.
Look it up. Anything else for basketball?
Oh no. I mean, Houston. This reinforces number one. I think they'll stay at number one until there's a loss. I think they're the best team in the country still. But I mean, so we can go to the games to watch the upcoming week.
You don't think Purdue didn't look like the number one team?
I don't know. If you compare the two, I just like Houston better in that situation. I feel especially with Kingston Fleming, I think that's a better matchup for Brandon Smith. The kid's an athletic freak too. You got Sharp as well. I think Sharp can take care of their number 2. And then Houston, even though Purdue out-rebounded you guys, that's why they won the game, I don't think they had the same effect as Houston. Houston with that Sinak Juniors. That's another reason why Houston almost lost, because Sinak fouled out with 6 minutes left. And he had 18 points, 10 rebounds. Yeah, he's one of the best freshman centers in the country. But yeah, that wraps up pretty much the highlights of the weeks. I mean, for the upcoming week, we have the Championship Classic, which is always a fun time in college basketball. Always the top blue buds, Duke, Kansas, and Michigan State going at each other. But that will be November 18th, which I believe is Tuesday. You have Kansas versus Duke. And then you have Kentucky versus Michigan State.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, both on the same day. I'm pretty sure it starts Kentucky's right after that game, so maybe 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, wherever that's at.
Navy's got a basketball team? I didn't think Navy would have a basketball team. I thought they only had a football team. Wow.
No, they got a basketball team. Have I ever watched a Navy basketball? No.
I've never watched a Navy basketball game.
Yeah. I mean, my predictions for Kansas versus Duke. As of right now, Kansas' star freshman Peterson is out with a hamstring until further notice. So that's huge, because that's
I saw that. I saw that today, yeah.
So
that's not good.
Yeah, they didn't give us a time frame too, which kind of scares me. I feel like a hamstring injury, you would be out at least 1 to 2. They would say that. I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know if it was during the game this week, but if they don't have him against Duke, I would put a lot of money on Duke winning this game.
I think Duke still wins that game, even if Kansas has him.
It's not a hot take.
I think. Is it Cameron Boozer? Is he the one that's better?
The Boozer's twins. Yeah, Cameron's the big center.
Big center, that dude. I was watching clips of him. I think it was yesterday. You can tell that his dad just raised him in the low post. I mean, he
Yeah.
just is
He's
just
fun to watch.
bouncing, just
He's fun to watch.
low and shoulder, old school, get it down in the post basketball. I love it. I love
Then
it.
he can take it from the
He's
top
so
of the
fun to
key
watch.
too. He will take you 1-on-1, take their center, and
Yeah.
he's done it before. It's fun to watch. But yeah, I think I'm going
Yep.
with Duke. They got the more explosive offense. Beasley's gonna have a big time part. But if
Would agree.
never count out Kansas, but if they don't have Peterson, I just don't think that's going to be much of a game.
I don't know, dude. Kansas ever since NIL came out, dude, and Bill Self, I'm not high on Bill Self anymore, dude. I think he's. I don't. It's just not the same Kansas anymore for me. I don't think
Kansas and Gonzaga.
they're not scary because it used to be. You used to be scared of Kansas, and I just don't see it anymore. I haven't seen it for like the past 2 years.
No, I always say this all the time. Kansas, Clemson, and Gonzaga are always supposed to be great teams, and they never do anything when it comes March time.
You say
Especially
Clemson?
Gonzaga. Yeah, Clemson with football. Kind of this kind of
Oh,
teams.
Clemson and football.
For football aspect. Clemson basketball's not bad.
Well, Clemson and football isn't like
They're
that because
supposed to be great.
Dabo won't adapt to the transfer portal, so that's why they're like that.
Yeah, we're talking about Kentucky and Michigan State. This is going to be, I think, it's going to be the better of the two games. Kentucky coming off a hard loss versus Louisville. We talked about in the last podcast. If they get things right, they might be able to win this game. Then Michigan State. My only negative against Michigan State is if they can hit the three, they can be the best team in the country. But it's just
That never
they look
happens.
awful. They just look awful. I don't know what's up with Izzo. I don't know if they practice threes. I think they might just go in there and just rebound all day, every day for practice. So
I feel like Tom Izzo and Rick Pitino are the same thing. They
same
never have
coaching
a three
coaching
point
line.
shooting
Yeah,
team.
that's why you
They
love
never have a
watching them.
3 point shooting team. Yeah, I enjoy the
Mhm.
physicality of what their teams play with, but I don't I don't think there's a 3 point line in their practice facility.
Yeah, neither
I
do
don't.
I.
I, yeah,
But yeah,
I
this
got
game's gonna be
Kentucky
good.
winning that game. Kentucky
I
dub.
Okay. I was actually leaning towards Kentucky too. I think Kentucky has a great offense. Great offense. They can explode. You saw it during the end of the Louisville game. They were lighting it up from three. If they play like that against Michigan State, I don't think Michigan State can just keep up with points. But also, Michigan State is a defensive-minded team. I don't. I think they will win the rebounding battle pretty easily. Um, if Michigan State, if they can hit a three, I'm going to go Michigan State. But as of right now, I'm going to Kentucky winning that game.
Do we want to
And
do
then,
any of the Wednesday games?
yeah, don't worry. I know who plays on Wednesday.
Sorry,
Who plays on Wednesday? Who plays on Wednesday? Just tell him. Tell him.
North Dakota and Creighton, Middle
You have
Tennessee,
that game.
Michigan. I got
Okay,
North
we ain't
Dakota.
talking. You got
No.
North Dakota winning?
I'm taking North Dakota in that game on everything. I'm taking them.
Okay. Okay, we're coming in
North
hot.
Dakota's got a squad. They got a
They do.
squad,
They
dude.
do. In the past 3 years, they've had a squad.
If Trey Eaglestaff didn't leave to South Carolina, North
Oh,
Dakota
I
would
forgot
be
about him. That
one
kid
of
was
the
legit.
best. They would be a great team.
Okay,
He was
there you
legit. He
go.
dropped, I think, like 50 on Bama,
52. Yeah,
something
52.
like that.
Lit you guys up.
Yeah,
I remember that game.
yeah. But you got Bama and Illinois Wednesday.
hmm
You got
That
Arizona,
game.
UConn.
You want to talk about the game? I got Illinois in that game personally.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Uh, I mean, I'm taking Bama, but I wouldn't be. I'm terrified. Tell you that. Terrified. I don't know who's going to guard. Uh, what's his name?
The Forns.
Pistol Pete. Pistol Pete
Mer
there.
or Strakovic.
Stokovich.
Strakovic.
Yeah, Stokovich. I don't know who's going to guard him. Don't know, but I'm gonna roll with the Tide here. I think we get a good bounce back win here, but it's a great loss. It's a great loss.
It's another good. You guys have a great schedule. Two
Oh yeah,
games like that back to back. Yeah.
Nate Oates has done this for like the past 3 years, and I love it. These are March Madness games here, and it's
Teams
great
like
for
that,
us.
teams with the hardest schedules always do very
Yep.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Got
I'm going to Illinois. I'm going to
soft, weak-minded.
take the over in that game. Whatever the over is, we don't have the numbers right now, but that's going to be a high-scoring game.
Weak-minded. You're a sheep. You just follow the pack.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You got Arizona,
Keeping
UConn.
the
Who you got there, dude?
Where's it played at? It's at UConn, I'm guessing.
Yeah, yep, at UConn.
I am going Dan Hurley and the UConn Huskies.
Dude, you said you were so high on Arizona, and this is 2 weeks in a row now that you're picking against them.
Arizona I loved UCLA before that loss, and then I'm not betting against Dan Hurley at home. I'm not doing that.
I am.
Oh, okay. I respect it.
Who's
Arizona's a good
guarding?
squad.
Dude, nobody's guarding Jaden Bradley. Nobody's guarding him right now, and Copate's going to have a bounce back game. Arizona Wildcats are going to get a great win here against Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley's going to cry. Sidelines. He's going to cry.
Cry. He might. He's a very emotional player. I just think Craven's going to go for 30. Probably shoot 8 from 9 for 3.
Who's Craven?
Craven's the white guy, small forward, 5th year,
for you,
18th year.
For UConn?
Yeah.
Huh. What about Caravan?
Caravan? Oh, sorry, I said it wrong. That's what I meant.
Oh,
whatever Caravan, whatever the hell that name is.
Basketball expert, people.
Mm-hmm.
Love to see it. Yeah, I mean, he's solid. I don't like Cope. I'm imagining Copate's going to guard him.
Yeah, at the 3 spot. I think they're going to have to go big.
I'm pretty sure Copate's solid on defense.
He is. He's great.
Oh, he is?
Mm-hmm. He's great. But yeah, that's all I got for basketball this upcoming week.
I'll tell you what, dude. Middle Tennessee's undefeated going to Michigan. Michigan might drop a game here. They're on pace to do it.
What do you know about these? Like, what?
What I know about Middle Tennessee?
Middle Tennessee, they're a good school, but I don't. That's like 2 teams you just pulled out of nowhere.
Well,
North Dakota State, Middle Tennessee.
See, I know you're the basketball expert here, but I still know Bball. I know Kamari Land's the guard for Middle Tennessee. He's getting 17 buckets a game. He's a dog.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Most teams have a person that scores 17 points per game. Normally, their best player.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm just looking at the stats here, to be honest. I'm picking them because Michigan looks terrible right now.
I would take at least the spread. Michigan's playing tight games.
Yeah, I wonder what that spread would even be. You got anything else?
Yeah, I hate how you can't look into stats for college basketball.
I know. That's
awful. I don't know why I can't do that.
For spreads. I never knew it was like that. Never knew it was like that. It messes us up too because we can't really do like our own war room segment for basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we could just do winner picks, money lines, basically, if we wanted to. Yeah, let's do that real quick. So any of those Monday to Wednesday games, you get 2 picks.
I'm going Illinois and UConn. That's going to be my 2 picks. Money line.
Illinois and UConn?
Yeah. Okay. What is that? Those 2 games.
All right. I'm going to snatch up Duke then.
See, I'm not a fraud like you.
How am I a fraud?
Take the easy game out. It's cool.
You're taking UConn at home.
I want North
You're taking UConn at home.
I want North Dakota State.
Wow. That was a misinput. Okay, that was a misinput. I'm going to take Duke and Navy against North Carolina. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We'll do Duke and Arizona. Okay,
there we go.
Okay. So there's the war room for basketball. We'll start doing that for basketball. That's good. That's good there. Anything else we want to go over?
I think I'm good. We can do quote of the day. You ready for quote of the day?
Yes.
New segment.
Take it off.
New segment. We'll have it into every podcast. We'll have a quote of the day. We want to find the best quote of that day or just a very famous quote. Today we're shouting out the Jameis Winston, New York Giants, even though they lost today. Shout out Jameis, man. Quote from him this morning walking into the stadium. The horse is prepared for battle, but victory comes from the Lord. Shout out Jameis.
What a quote.
Shout out Jameis.
I don't know how he does it.
That's beautiful.
Shout out Jameis. I don't know how he does it.
Beautiful.
What a guy. Great guy. That's what we got here. We'll be back Thursday or Friday. One of those days it'll get published. Other than that, nobody has DM'd us yet for our Q&A segment.
Come on,
I don't know what we're going to do with that. You guys got to be better.
Be better.
It takes
for our 5 friends that watch this. Come on.
Yes, for our 5 friends that watch it. Come on, DM us.
I'm going to make something up. I'm going to make one up next podcast.
Yeah, we
will have a Q&A segment.
Yeah, we'll make something up for it. We got to get it started off though, so please DM us. Please do it. But subscribe to the YouTube, please. Follow the Spotify. follow the socials there. Like the video, share it, do whatever you got to do. Give us feedback if you hate what we're doing. Let us know. If you like what we're
feedback,
doing,
please.
let us know. We love criticism. We are fans of
We love it.
criticism, and we're not sensitive. Okay, we're not sensitive. Just keep it PG though. Don't be sending death threats out or anything. That won't be great. But
I will
that's what we
report
got.
that.
Yes, we'll report you. But enjoy the rest of your week. Watch these basketball games, and be on the lookout for Week 13 preview for football. Catch you guys later.
Peace.